It's time.
Welcome all.
Oh, thanks for interrupting me. It's time for another. And the gentleman who just interrupted me, please introduce yourself.
Go ahead. It got weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the greatest animator I know, Brian.
That you know. Well, thank you, Road Trip. You're the second best friend I have in this call right now.
I'm the only person you have in this call.
I know. I'm the best animator you know. Get SK9 in here.
Oh my gosh. We are not bringing anyone else in here. Well,
That.
then again, we might actually. We might have some surprise guests popping in and out. Whoever knows. Whoever knows.
What is the topic going to be today, sir, ma'am, sir?
Embarrassing moments that we have made our parents go through as kids.
Oh, fuck. No, I said. Let me think. I can name a thing or two. I don't know if you're fucking with me, but I have no shame. So let me think.
Oh, this is not kidding. Let me give you a good one.
All right, you go ahead, buddy, old pal.
As a younger individual, I was a kid. Obviously, all of you should know I'm not an immortal being that never actually grow up or anything. I was an individual, growing up as a child, going into elementary school, waiting for my mother after school in that same elementary school that they're supposed to keep kids inside. I repeat, they're supposed to keep kids inside if they cannot find their parents and such. Now, that's the thing I did. That's the obvious fucking thing I did when I didn't see my mother show up to pick me up. They're supposed to keep you there safe and sound from the outside world. I said to myself, I'm gonna head home because I can't see anyone here is gonna pick me up.
Let's do it.
So that's what I did. I sneaked out with my backpack and everything. I got outside. I went straight to the bus stops and I kept going. I just kept going down the block because I know it's down the street, but you can still get kidnapped. It's under the freeway, so you know there's some individuals left and right. But I just kept going. And for the most, because my mother taught me to, use the bus to get to where you need to go. I talked to some individuals inside the bus. They looked at me with the most dumbfounded faces, like, "Why the fuck are you alone? Why the fuck are you doing this?" And I told them, "I'm trying to get home. Like, can someone help me out, please?" They
Your
point at
life is
me
a
like,
Pixar movie. Gotta get home before Andy wakes up.
"Oh no, Andy did not wake up. Like, she was already woke and she was beating the crap out of me when I got home."
Very nice.
Oh my gosh, she was so like my mother was so flustered and embarrassed by the fact that her son escaped the fucking school she was gonna pick me up at. Went inside, talked to strangers to get a ride, forcing a bus driver to make all going past all the stops that individual was supposed to stop at, just so I could walk across the street and get to where I was supposed to be at. It was not a good day for my mother, especially since I hid behind the couch. Seeing my sister's reaction, like, oh, looking at your face, I know I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
I can top your story. I can top your little wuss story.
Go right ahead.
I used to get my ass kicked in school. Not that that wasn't inherently obvious. I actually, because my grandparents would pick me up at the time. I would piss my pants, tell the teacher, "Hey, I gotta," and then I would get sent to the front office where my grandparents would have extra pants, and then just go, "Can I go home with you? This is all part of my plan. We need to go home right now."
So you
I was
intentionally
like,
wet yourself.
yeah, social fucking kamikaze. That's how good school was. top that.
I can't. I don't really do that sort of thing, and most is just accidents, like almost killing a guy underwater. That's
I
just not
watched
like.
two babies fight to the death. And I'm not saying it was Mad Max and I was the dude with the mask, like, oh, fight for me. Babies just want to kill each other. I
Wow.
don't know why. There's no religion in babies. There's no right or wrong. It's really funny. If you get two toddlers together, they will beat the shit out of each other. Do, do,
Oh.
do, 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 do.
It is quite amusing to see little kids being dumbasses. Shit, when I was younger, I ended up crapping myself. Yeah, I ended up shitting my pants out of nowhere. I was just eating my nachos, having a good day, having a good time,
Well,
all outside in the
there's the
cafeteria.
problem. Found the culprit, miss. It was nacho.
Maybe, but those are some good nachos, man. Those are some good fucking nachos. For school nachos, they sold the best fucking nachos I've tasted all damn time.
Worth the diarrhea. Forbes
The
magazine.
diarrhea, definitely. But that's the funny thing about the whole diarrhea thing is like I shit in my pants. My mother, like everyone in school was laughing at my face. I didn't know why everyone was laughing. It was until now I realized it, or a little bit years later. And then when my mother came to give me like a fresh, clean underwear, I just went inside the restroom, noticed it was now a cow patty sort of scenario, and I just flopped that off and just said, "No, I don't need it. I'm good." Yeah, I just fucking.
I did not know what kind of conversation I would be entering before this call started.
Oh, you know exactly
Now,
the type of conversation we would end up
a cow patty scenario. Huh?
Moving on. Any other
Moving on
embarrassing
up.
moments? Any other embarrassing moments for yourself and your family?
My existence is embarrassing. All right, I'll tell a painful story about my dad, because we all know my dad. One time, he was so broke, apparently, that he went to the dollar store and demanded his money back for a broken light bulb, like a light bulb that just didn't turn on. And he was demanding a refund of $1. It was amazing. And the lady's like, "Are you?" And he got so mad that he walked over and grabbed another light bulb in a huff and then walked away. And when he got back in the car, he went, "I sure showed them, huh?" So if you ever wonder why Frog Tunes is clean and sober, I can afford light bulbs that cost more than $1. Not bragging.
Oh, that's right. You're like I said it before, you're an animator of sorts, and you created this little YouTube station called Frog Tunes, I believe.
Yes,
With that in
sure
mind,
did.
what actually gave you the idea of creating such a little concoction of creatures?
Why are they frogs, you mean?
Why the hell did you draw? Why did you started drawing or animating frogs? Pretty much.
That's a double question, buddy. Well, the reason they're frogs is because my parents wouldn't let me play with toys when I was like copyrighted toys because they cost too much. And I went to the family fun center, and the only thing I won there were these 3 frogs, the little like stretchy rubber ones,
Mm.
a green one, a yellow one, and a purple one. And I said, "By God, I'm autistic." And I played with them, and I said, it would be a nice way to pay homage to my childhood to make a cartoon with these guys.
Okay,
I
that's
don't know if
very.
it I don't know if it came out that way, but
It seemed like you made your childhood justice, but as I saw some of the videos, it went a little bit to more of a. What exactly were you trying to do in some of the videos?
the point was I didn't give a fuck. It started off just slaying movies and games I didn't like, and then it just became me getting angry at everyone else. And guns and robots, and I don't know, it's silly and it was cartoonish, but it's a cartoon. It's a hell of a lot of fun. That whole run of the 2014, 2015 Frog Tunes. I made it a goal as an animator to create something once a month for 8 months,
Hmm.
and I did it. The animation's not amazing, but it was enough that I said I made a cartoon that easily.
Well,
And
that's
then I got a job offer.
oh, very nice.
Yes.
Is this one of those moments where I'm allowed to ask you where did you get what was the job offer, or was it? This is one of the moments that it's one of those legal reasons that you're not allowed to tell us.
Well, for legal reasons, I can't tell you what the job is. I can tell you I did a pilot
Oh,
for a TV
interesting.
show that is definitely not out yet.
Hmm. Once it will be out, when do you believe it will be out though? For the viewers' expectations as it
Well, no one's gonna believe me no matter what I say or do, and I'll probably be called Alan Smithy by the time it's out. But
is.
it is to be assumed that you will see it in 2018, probably.
Oh, by the end of next year, by the first of the year.
Well, right now we're in second pilot stage, which is I did their little 5-minute pitch video, and the network apparently liked it. I don't know. That was my department. Excuse me. And right now I'm doing the 15-minute equivalent, which is the yeah cartoon kind of short, sweet segment of what the pilot might be considered.
Mm.
And then once they're done with me, I'm sure I'll do something else. But I
So
was told there's going to be more people when I'm gone.
more people when you're gone, as in they're planning on bringing in other individuals if this is successful.
Well, I'm the cheap solution. I'm the indie home animator guy. So
Ah,
when the show's full roll, and I'm sure the way I'm doing it, I'm assuming they'll hire someone from like Titmouse Studio to direct it all. And what's important is that it's going to get me more work, and it pays pretty well.
oh, definitely. When it comes to this lifeline of you try to find a job, you can't find anything because there's billions of other individuals. You got to take you got to take what you can get, right?
Uh, Never sell yourself for free,
Hmm.
but do what you love for free for yourself, and people will like it. The only reason I got the job is because I did Frog Tunes, and I'm not proud of Frog Tunes because my favorite project's the one I'll do next week. My least favorite one is the one I did last week. Always keep that mentality because you always do better. But I was just fortunate enough to know people.
Interesting. So, so keeping that thought in mind, going back to the frog tunes. So your favorite one out of all the episodes would be the last one that you made.
Yeah, probably.
That is
I'm still sad. There would have been like 2 other favorites in the second batch that never got produced with Hellbent, where it reveals. I can spoil it because I'll never make it, but Hellbent is actually referenced directly as a character in like 3 circumstances in the original 8 of those.
Hmm.
And his character would show up in the first of the second run of 8, and every couple episodes it'll flash back to what happened in the first 8 that directly influences him as a bad guy. So blown away by that, and then other show did it, and now I don't get to take credit for it. Rick and Morty did it. Rick and Morty did shit like that.
Mm. Well, why don't you actually still post it out just for the sake of it? I mean, you still worked on it. You still did your efforts on it.
There are 2 completed scripts with storyboards, but as soon as I upload them, I'm admitting I've given up.
Why?
I don't. As soon as I say this episode isn't finished, here's the storyboards, I'm admitting that it's over. I'm admitting that I'm never coming back to this because I have spoiled what there already was and given in to the pressure of releasing it instead of the pleasure of producing it and putting my 110% in.
Intriguing. That's a very interesting mindset.
Also, probably should because my YouTube channel's all but dead.
It would help, like it would help show what that you haven't given up on it if you want to release it, but at the same time, you're pointing out a little self-opinionated fact for yourself that if you
Mm-hmm.
do release it, those little storyboard scenarios, it would end up in a situation where, like how you just said, you've given up.
Yeah, I've admitted I'm never gonna go back to it. It was too much of a promise. I should do it though. It was pretty fun.
Well, remember how you like.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind me rambling about Apple for 5 hours. Season 2 of Frog Bros. Season 1 was all done on Microsoft Surface, which is fine, but the show's asset based, so you need a lot of keyboard action, which involved me plugging in keyboards constantly. The second run I did for the most part on AstroPad on my iPad. So you just hook it up to your computer and draw directly onto the screen. And then you unplug it and do the backgrounds on the tablet. Much better workflow for getting things done like quickly. So I have a bunch of storyboards just lying around on a hard drive. And I could finish what I didn't already finish to extremely quickly. As soon as I do that, I'm admitting I still love these characters. I'm not quite ready.
You're not ready to give up, but you're ready to like just move on to something else though.
I'm ready to go where the money is.
Hmm.
A lot of people say, artistic integrity, but I think artistic integrity really comes down to being happy with yourself. There's no definition to art. There's no definition to any of that.
Interesting.
It's all subjective.
Well, everything in this world is subjective, opinionated, or well, quite well translucent. I think that's how I would say it.
I think you're a hack fraud who's sold out to the man.
Possibly. I mean, technically, I will be the man in my future, considering I'm trying to make a corporate, like a not a corporation, but a company of my own. Yeah.
I'd like to see it happen. You gotta do what the Dolan crew does and just start scouting the youngest people you can possibly find because they like to work for free.
I know. I am doing that a lot. Actually, it's fucking
Very
awesome.
good. Very good.
I found an individual that can work with well, I'm not finding the appropriate amount of people. I'm not finding a lot of people at the moment. I found certain individuals that I'm getting tummy with that I'm actually appreciating their company and such. I mean, that's what they also did.
I have the best people. I make the best cartoons. So
It's always good to find individuals that you can actually just relax and be able to talk to, instead of those that are going to be a little bit problematic and are not as well trustworthy to be committed to something. If you understand what I'm saying.
I do actually, and I have to admit publicly to whoever's going to listen to this shit, me being the shit, I am deeply, deeply sorry to Creationist Cat for promising to do like a 2-minute music video. Because it involves a lot of Skype calls of me being told that I'm not doing it fast enough, followed by me not getting paid, followed by him changing his ideas. And I'm still he found some other, I tried to turn him on to some other animators, and I still don't think it ever got made. And I feel just awful, because that was the end of my working for exposure phase. So make sure if you have people, you have some sort of incentive beyond potentials.
Definitely.
I'm doing this pilot at the same time as I'm doing my class project. I'm taking partial credit. So what I did is I've been animating the pilot through all of my spring break and all of my my class time. And since my mom passed, I got all this like excess Apple gear. So I've been giving away some of my old animation equipment to friends who are willing to help me do my class project, like the lip syncing and some of that and the backgrounds.
Hmm.
So I have more time to do the pilot, and I have less shit in my house, and I get more shit done. I animated a minute and a half worth of footage yesterday, which is more than I ever should. I didn't have a point. I was just saying that's a good idea if you happen to be me.
I think that is the point that you're trying to make. You may not see it as a good point, but I say whatever information you have to give to the world, it's not a bad idea to help them, like to help other people out. They might not listen to you. They might not listen to you. They might just like blunt ass ignore you. But that's the reason why I have these random rants. That's one of the other reasons why I have these random rants. Or these conversations with individuals. I gain knowledge out of it. You gain knowledge out of it. We all gain knowledge out of it. But there are those who are not going to pay attention or listen to it. That's up to them. I'm going to be listening to you. You're going to be listening to me, and we're both going to be like paying attention to what we're saying. That is quite informational, and like that is a neat experience to have.
Good to have friends. You still retweet me more than anyone else I know.
Seriously?
Yep.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I check my Twitter more and more regularly ever since we got this new president guy, and now I'm starting to dig Twitter, and you are always popping up.
Well, I end up retweeting a lot of porn at the same time.
Wow. My art is so good it should be considered a form of erotica, even when it's a drawing of a smiling, happy turtle kitten. It's just so fucking good.
Oh yeah, the smiling little creepy-looking turtle.
Yes, adorable.
Would you like
Look at
to
my
let your
art.
audience see it?
There's no turtle. I lied.
No, but I have seen like a little reptilian creature that you drew the other day, or something like that.
Did I draw a reptilian?
I don't know.
I
Like,
may.
check your Twitter. I know I saw something like that.
I drew something. Oh, I got to post. Yesterday was my study in Samurai Jack. Let me find that. I'd be more than happy to show that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll just place it in the Discord. I'll look at I'll click on it, and then the audience can see it. I mean, I'm recording this, so obviously.
Yeah. Excuse me while I find my phone.
Meanwhile, I'll just be like drawing more. I'm practicing animation at the moment. Like,
What do you use to animate?
well, a friend of mine ended up getting passing me TV Paint. Was it?
TV Paint? How's that going? I've heard really good things. I'm considering demoing it.
Oh, definitely. If you want, I can just pass you pass you the. I can pass you the Dropbox link that I have for it.
Yeah, but is it Mac?
It's Mac compatible. It's Windows compatible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely then.
Uh,
I would appreciate
I'll
that very, very much.
do that after I'm done here, okay? After we're done with the recording, of
the
course.
legal file you're gonna send me, right?
No. It's definitely not illegal.
Okay.
It's just it is what it is. But I'd rather not send messages or anything else. Safety precautions. I
Fair
would
enough.
I don't mind
Um,
people like showing people images and such as that while I'm recording. But when it comes to people's email addresses or things like that, I'd rather keep that more
right.
private and after we're finished.
Can I spam my Twitter? Can I shill? Okay, my Twitter is at Brian Frogboy, at BRYANFROGBOY, Brian Frogboy. And my icon, you will notice, is done by a close friend who goes by Ghostweta, but she's a fucking imbecile. And it's at GOSTWETA. Ghostweta, I guess. Maybe that means something. I don't know. Anyway, just shout out for the lovely icon.
Lovely young lady. I respect her wishes for doing what she does. Even though some of it is pretty snuff related.
Does she do snuff?
She drew player herself and third with penises just hanging out.
That's not. Someone drew a picture of Green the Frog pregnant with Hellbent's child. By the way, I'll retweet porn. I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny. As long as you're not like that one person who only draws asses or penises. Because it's one thing to be like, hey, that's funny, you drew a dick. It's another thing to be that guy who just keeps doing it.
I don't really
Ah.
understand. Like, I don't understand what is that really a bad thing or is that really a good thing? Like, I don't really understand what you mean by that.
Oh, I think porn versions of things are really funny, but I know some people, and I won't name them, and I'm sure I'll get an angry email about this, that only draw people like wiggling their asses like it's their specialty, I guess. I get that, but they've drawn it enough times that there's no magic.
Ah.
There's no oh, that's funny. It's like this is like the fifth ass you've drawn today, dude. It's the only angle you draw. Draw something else. What if it's Sonic's ass? That's still an ass. Look how gay this art is. That's the 15th gay thing you've drawn today. Yeah, I just want to prove how comfortable I get the fuck out.
That's quite understandable. I see that. I see that. I see what you mean.
Yes.
Uh,
My track record is 3 dicks and 4 asses that I have ever drawn over a I don't know 22-year span now. I just like
Interesting.
to you got to space it out.
Yes, I agree with you there. Like a project that I'm doing, that has to do with Vim homeless.
Yes.
He draws a lot of butts and such. Would that be considered an individual that you kind of get irritated that he only does that at times?
Yes.
Mm. I have to say, on the contrary, I actually appreciate all the work that he does when it comes to the asses. He's
No, no, no. It's not. It's not that it's badly drawn or that he doesn't care. There's just a point where,
that's all he ends up doing. There's no other things. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with you there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like when I see him draw something else, like when it comes to graffiti wise or his characters and such, I like seeing it that way because I haven't really seen it in a while. I think that's where he's going there. Like he's drawn so many asses that he wants to savor the non perverted stuff for later.
Right, right. Exactly, exactly.
Okay then. But I will say this here. I don't usually draw the same thing over and over again. I have like a wide variety amount of images and I have a whole bunch of shit.
Actually, can I give artsy advice?
Oh, go right ahead.
If you're the best person in the room, find a better room.
Mmm.
I I'm sure a lot of us do, but I love when people love my art. People don't love my art as much as I ever could imagine wanting. There's never it's never enough. It's an empty void with compliments just being thrown into the abyss and it'll never be full. So I like to treat myself like shit and sometimes I just draw the same thing 3 or 4 times over and over and over and over and over. And when I do that, I know exactly how to draw it with my eyes closed.
Hmm.
My point is humility is a muscle you got to flex sometimes.
True.
So I will draw pages of one subject matter now, and it has improved a lot of my work. How do you paste an image from Twitter?
There should be a button, like the three little button thing. One of them should have like a save. You save it to your phone, then you paste it inside Discord.
Oh, okay, you want me to save it and paste? Good.
Hmm.
My phone. I'm using a computer. Fu- Fuck is the phone?
If you want, I could always just take a look inside your Twitter if that's okay with you.
Oh, you can look at my Twitter any old day.
I'm worried because I need to double check my Twitter because it pops up on my Twitter, and like I said, I post and I see a lot of people drawing pornography and such as that. It's speaking of the devil, he already drew another ass. Nice.
Every time Vim draws an ass, an angel dies.
Well, that explains all the angels that that have been falling next to me. Yeah, that's
If a baby was circumcised for every time Vim drew an ass, what Hitler said about the Jews being a dominant superpower would be true. I'm just saying. There's a lot of asses.
okay. Repeat that question because that actually sounds like an interesting one to talk about.
If a baby was circumcised for every time Vim draws an ass, the Jews would actually be a world superpower. There would be so many circumcisions. I make the best circumcisions. Nobody cuts the tip off like I do.
I'll tell you this: I do not. I am not circumcised. I would not.
I didn't ask. I didn't ask if you were circumcised. I was just saying.
I'm saying it like this.
That
I
were the
do not
comments.
like. I don't know how other people would feel about that. Circumcised individuals with that question.
Just want to come out to the public to say that I am circumcised, and I tried duct taping the foreskin back on. Oh, actually, on the topic of circumcision, I have an interesting like Hollywood connection, right?
All right, then go
My
right ahead.
boss, my boss, my intern in high school. Actually, I worked for his news site, B-Town Blog, hyperlocal news site for BRYAN. Won a few awards actually. Very great, wonderful man. I may be working with in the future. Knows Bobcat Goldthwait, knows Bill Nye.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
Yeah, he's one of the writers on Bill Nye the Science Guy, or
What
so
about
he
Bobcat? Like, what did
claims.
he do with him?
I think they host parties together whenever he's in town. They have like little get-togethers at this bar. We actually premiered Frog Tunes at the bar.
That's awesome, actually.
Tin Room Theater. Yeah. Um, he's got this man. He was one of the field directors on Penn and Teller's show Bullshit, and if you've ever seen it, it's a fantastic, smart. It's definitely biased, but it's a fun show.
Oh, I've seen
And
it.
what
Like,
the format where like someone will interview the guy and then they'll just have Penn voiceover. They did one on circumcision, and the dude, I forget the name of this man, but he's famous for this. He had his, like metallic weighted balls that he would rubber band around like the excess skin of his cock,
oh my gosh.
and he called it like regenerating his foreskin. There is an unedited clip at the very end of the circumcision episode of my boss looking at him pull his dick out, and here it is, and you hear my boss go, there it is. Highlight of my fucking life to find out that was the man. And I was a fan of the show before I met him, and that was such a treat because he caught me watching it at work.
Fabulous. And was that how you
Bear
ended
cock
up
out, he walks in, I was there. Did you know I saw that dick, young man? I don't like to brag, but I've seen an uncircumcised penis or two.
Was that how the individual was that how you two actually ended up meeting with the whole scenario like that?
Oh,
Like, yeah.
weirdly enough, he was affiliated with my school beforehand. I went to a school that was primarily internship based, so you could get some work experience out of it instead of wasting your time learning and getting swirlies. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you had to go on site to some place and be an unpaid intern. And he would just supervise me writing Frog Bros cartoons, and it was a lot of fun. I did a poster for one of his movies, and I don't know what else to say. Not enough good can be said about the guy.
So there's a lot of bad then.
Yes.
Well, when it comes to individuals, you're not real. Like, I will say this: everyone is interesting, whether they've done good or bad things. Eventually, I'll end up interviewing individuals that have murdered, killed, or committed suicide. or at least attempted to commit suicide.
Hell yeah. I
Didn't.
attempted suicide once.
Oh, how did that go?
Spoiler alert, I lived. I don't know if I'm sure I've told this story. I could tell it real quick,
I mean,
unless you
that is
don't
up
want
to
me
you if
to.
you want to talk about it, Nate. I'll tell you this.
I tried.
Go
What?
ahead.
Okay. I have the best suicides. I will die every time. I have suicided over 5 times. I'm gonna make my parents pay for it. Anyway, I tried to drink myself to death, not realizing that I actually could. So I drank several gallons of straight Vitali vodka, which is garbage alcohol. We used to call it mouthwash, and we used to call it a hand sanitizer. That was it. So I drank a lot of that. Ended up in the hospital, and it cost like I don't know 50 grand out of my parents' pockets. And I vowed that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being worth at least 50 grand.
Mm.
And as of what's even sadder is that I was in the hospital on Christmas with my mom, and I told her next Christmas it would be better. And spoiler alert, my mom passed away on Christmas Eve, 364 days later. And the last thing she left me was my 1 year chip. So I took her AA buddies out. We had
Wait,
this
wait,
big
wait.
dinner.
Sorry to interrupt. Just really quickly, what exactly is your 1 year chip?
A one for you or for the audience?
Well, for everyone. I mean, some individuals don't even
Okay,
know.
okay. Alcoholics Anonymous members, they gauge their success by how long they've been sober, obviously, and the chips signify how long they've been sober, and they gradually increase in quality the longer you abstain from alcohol. And my mom, when I was young, we had a really fractured relationship because she was on drugs and alcohol, and both my parents were not a good upbringing.
Mm.
And so she's very heavily, for her, the remainder of her life, she was very heavily into Alcoholics Anonymous. And so I thought, just to make her proud, I'll go get my 1 year chip. And she actually picked one out for me, and it was very sweet.
Hmm.
She made 10 years sober, maybe even 12 by the time she died.
Can't really say the
You know
same
how
for my
hard it
parents,
is
but
for. See, yeah, exactly. It's harder than you might imagine. I know people 30 years sober. You and I aren't even 30 yet. Can you imagine 30 additional years of not drinking? Or just 30 years existing? We have no concept of that amount of time. That's how long some people have been clean.
damn. You want to hear something sad about that?
Oh, go ahead.
My friend and I, we believe that we might end up dead by the age of 40. Maybe a little bit less than that.
That's okay. I'm going to kill myself when I'm 40. My eyesight is going to go bad, and carpal tunnel and arthritis run in my family.
Hmm.
So it's not a sad thing. I'm just going to, you know.
I'm not saying it's a sad thing. I'm more like saying that's an understandable situation.
Exactly. Is yours going to be sad?
I don't know. It might be a little bit over dramatic. I imagine myself being killed off by two individuals that I ended up knowing or ended up befriending, or two friends. One shooting me in the one shooting me in the forehead, the other one stabbing me in the back, literally. And
That's sweet.
yeah, then like falling into the arm, falling on the floor, bloody as fuck, with a big ass smile on my face. Glorious. Everyone else freaking out. I'm just like, just laughing my ass off to the situation.
Well, Lou Reed's Perfect Day plays in the background. It has been a fun conversation. I have the best conversations.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it then. Just gotta erase the little dinky winnie over here. There we go. Oh, that does not look. Right now, I'm trying to. Well, since you're an animator, I thought in the back of my head it would be interesting to show the audience how it would look like if you just drew out ideas for animations. You know, you got like the stupid little string and the ball attached to it. Seeing the speed of how it works and such. Do you have any advice for the young animators out there for that?
Okay. Keep fucking up.
I
That's
like
my
it.
advice. Every time you do something, you get a little bit better at it. And you know what they say about 10,000 hours. I would say go for every single type of animation you possibly can. Experiment with one project being cut out, one project being, frame by frame. Do some puppet stuff. I do really advanced puppet stuff and frame by frame for my work. What else? Never promise a fucking movie. Never. If you find yourself talking about doing something longer than 3 weeks without having written something down and started production on it, you're never going to get it done. And I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying get something done, receive the credit and admiration that make you go, oh yeah, this is lucrative, and then keep it up. I know someone who's been working on a Halloween special since 2007. But he only starts it when Halloween happens. And goes like, oh, well, this year I'll do it better. Don't be that guy. Was that in any way helpful? I hope it was.
From all the information that I've been gaining from the rest of the world, similar words, but yet all of them, no matter how much same they sound like, it makes a lot of sense. So yes, thank you.
Okay, if you want some real stuff, let's talk about Adobe Animate.
Sure, go right ahead. I
Okay,
never
so
actually used the product. I never actually used it before, so this is gonna be a first time experience for me in a way.
I'll explain like a brief history of Flash. In the late 90s, it was called Future Splash Animator. The technology was designed for banner ads in early 90s dial-up, and it used vector art, which vector, instead of going pixel by pixel, registering a grid of 6,000 by 6,000 or whatever the actual number is, it would put a point down, like in 3D. It would put a triangle in, and it would say this line starts here, this line ends here, and so it only had to render out the points, and it looks like a completed image. So vector art always looks very crisp for that reason. No matter how much you zoom in, it's going to look clean because it's not a dot by dot system. So that technology was very useful back when we had extremely limited bandwidth. From that point on, John Kay of Ren and Stimpy was trying to get into crowdsourcing, and he started a show called the Goddamn George Liquor Program. Actual name.
What the fuck?
And it's terrible. But it's extremely limited animation. But it's got that style to it. And he would send notes back to Macromedia, I believe, when they acquired it, about how he wants it to work. And can you do this? Can you add this kind of brush? So this software is dated to the mid to late 90s. When Adobe finally got a hold of it, instead of what Apple does or Microsoft started doing or Linux has always done, instead of backtracking and rewriting over code that's obsolete, they just try to emulate the old code. So Flash will run incredibly slowly on a high DPI machine because it has no graphics processor integration. It only uses the onboard CPU. It comes from a time before we had graphics cards on everything that were any good. So Flash will run like shit on most computers. And when you set it to high resolution, sometimes the animations don't play at the rate that you're animating them at. You'll set it to 24 and it'll just like bit by bit play very slowly. That was my problem with Flash. It was like that on Windows for many years. I used CS3 until last year. I called Adobe and I was like, why does it run so badly? How do I fix this? Please help me. And their response was, try buying a Mac. If you buy Mac, you see, Adobe is built for Mac. So I got a Mac, and I ended up liking it for many other reasons than Flash. Flash still runs like ass, but Adobe's compromise is great. They conducted a poll, and they said, what are the words that Flash reminds you of? Synonymous with buggy, lazy, poorly animated, cheap, glitchy, crashy, all these kind of words. So what Adobe did is they were about to release, I don't know, Flash 2016. They just went in and renamed it Animate. Same build. It's the exact same software, still glitchy. The color palette picker doesn't always work right. There's no better brush engine. The brush engine will fuck up constantly and like skew your lines and make them jagged and jittery. But they renamed it Animate, and they're like, "This is our new software. It's called Adobe Animate. We're getting rid of Flash. This is our new thing." And people still have all the same problems. So I'm sure in a couple years we'll have Adobe Animation Studio Pro Deluxe, and it'll just be Flash. That was my rant. I don't like companies that build over their shit. I like companies that go back, weed out problems, and optimize. I have Photoshop, right? I have two versions of Photoshop. I have the Creative Cloud one on my 24 gigabyte Retina Mac. That is more, and it's got a GTX 980 or whatever's in it. It can run Grand Theft Auto in HD at full speed, but it can't run Photoshop. It just runs really shitty and slow. So I still use Photoshop CS5. My compromise for that is use Autodesk Sketchbook Pro on any machine, or use Procreate if you have an iPad. They are both optimized for the CPUs and the GPUs, so they will run as efficiently as possible, and there's none of that glitchy, like, enable hardware acceleration. Oh, your drivers are fucking up. None of that. Anyway, that's my inane ramble. I don't like Adobe. I don't like Flash. I don't like Photoshop. Toon Boom's marginally better.
You wanted to
I can't
test
find
out
a
TV
good
Paint,
copy.
right?
TV Paint looks really good because it's raster based, not vector based, but it looks very clean and simple in terms of art. The interface is fucked.
Mm.
My poor man's TV Paint is the industry version. The enterprise version of Sketchbook Pro has a flipbook feature, and I use that to storyboard all my cartoons. And it's basically like a slightly more crippled version of TV Paint.
I will say this: the Adobe, what was it called again? The Sketchbook Adobe thing.
Well, Sketchbook Pro is Autodesk.
Yeah, never really
Photoshop's the
appreciated
one
it.
How can you not appreciate that interface?
It's mostly because you have to buy, you can't purchase it 100%. When it comes to those type of companies, they would
Oh,
compare
you're talking about like subscription based.
subscriber option based. The whole you have to keep your
Yep, and
email logged
freemium.
in, as well as you're supposed to purchase it as if you were renting it, which bothers individuals that can't afford it.
No, I absolutely agree. It's not a new argument, but it's a tried and true fact that subscription based software is bad, and I use a lot of it now that I'm older. It makes sense now that I have like income and I make enough money doing these projects that I can sustain myself without dying. That I can go, like, I'm using AstroPad, which lets you mirror your screen. It's $20 for the app. That's fine. I'll pay $20 once. There's a better version where you can like configure hotkeys straight onto your screen and shit like that. It costs $60 a year, and I said, ridiculous. $60 a year. And then I thought about it, and it'll be outdated in like 3 years. So by the time the new thing comes around, I'll have spent probably, $180.
So it's just better
That's
than $20
fine.
economically.
$20 makes sense economically, but if you're me and you're hunched in front of a screen all day, I'll pay $200 for something that pays, trying to think how much more I get. It's not even a percentage of what I'm making doing animations and kids books, so it's fair to me. For the hobbyist, it wouldn't be. But I also believe that if you're a hobbyist, you shouldn't invest in high-end equipment. As soon as you invest in that kind of equipment, you're making a statement that you're more than just a hobby.
Mm.
You're a professional, or you want to be.
Okay, that's understandable. Like comparing yourself to me, you're actually the professional that understands more about animation when it comes to certain subjects and all that stuff. Pretty much almost everything. And
I've just done it a little longer than you.
yeah, I mean, I could end up being a professional, but I still, no matter how hard I would try, I cannot be considering myself as a professional. Maybe that's the reason why I wouldn't pay for something that's so expensive when I can somehow easily get it for free.
Well, so that's absolutely reasonable, and that's why Adobe doesn't crack down hard on pirates,
Mm.
because they know that when you're our age, you're gonna. Dan Harmon said this. He said he has a theory that Adobe knows that we're all pirating this shit, because when you're old enough to make money and it's convenient, and you're working at a big company, you're gonna be the ones ordering Adobe products for everyone. So you're training a lifetime investment. No one's gonna pay $1,000 for like the Creative Suite if you're not used to it. You don't know it. But if you've grown up fucking with Adobe products, by the time you're making like Super Jail, everyone needs a copy of Flash, so you got to get the expensive business kind, and the entire studio will now be sponsored by Adobe. So it's a long-term investment that Adobe lets you pirate shit.
Mm.
At least that's what I'm told.
They could end up changing their minds in the future. Who ends up wait, actually give us a clear understanding of Adobe. Are they a company or are they a software studio or something like that?
I don't know what Adobe is. Adobe's a weird conglomerate company that murders puppies and what is Adobe? I guess they're just an entirely software-based company. I don't think they've ever made any hardware. Photoshop is not an original Adobe creation. Photoshop was bought out by Adobe. I don't know exactly what they do. It seems like a rich guy got Photoshop and Flash and like all the After Effects and Premiere, just scrounged up every single good thing he could find and then like integrated them into one bundle that you can pay for. Because if they were all made by the same company, I would imagine that they would all be cross-compatible to some degree. But hotkeys that work in Flash don't work in Photoshop, and hotkeys that work in Premiere don't work in Flash, and it's sort of like this weird trail mix of legally acquired software.
Hmm. Well, at least some people are making money out of it. I mean, considering they're letting individuals pirate their software. So somehow along the lines, my apologies for the yawn.
Individual situation.
Somewhere along the line, someone is making money out of individuals pirating the system, like pirating the software. Possible.
Right. Yeah, that's the idea. Is they're making something. I don't know what they're making, but they're profiting off our piracies.
Could it be like this might be more of like a one of those hmm, this is gonna this is gonna sound like a stupid like a one of those conspiracy theories or something. Could it be that they are actually the ones who created the like pirating software or the
Oh, I don't know. The pirating the thing is, it's so easy to pirate Adobe. Adobe's engine that they use to deter pirates is basically a line of code. There's one DLL file you have to swap out on both Mac and PC. That's all it takes to make Flash accessible.
hmm,
See, that's why it's not like you have to get a keygen, fuck around with it. You really just need to know a DLL file.
Well, I was just asking for like a friend of mine to be helping out with that. He's more of a programmer than I am. Tried giving me a crash course into programming. It was very informational.
I can't even imagine a world programming.
Oh man, check it out. Like what he passed me an entire little um I would say folder that he made on the spot. He made this little tiny folder on the spot.
What's in it?
Uh, what he calls the crash course of his programming learning skills or something like that. And it's just him typing out everything that he did, everything that he ended up learning, and showing me this is what you have to do in the first 7 lessons.
Hell yeah.
This tiny little fucking, like, this tiny little page full of information was what he had to learn in 7 lessons. Long, tedious fucking lessons.
Dude, I'm trying to think of. I can't imagine that. I'm trying to think of the name of the guy who gave me my first copy of Flash. But I remember it was just like a drug commercial. Hey kid, you want Flash? You want to be an animator? I do. How do I know it's not a virus? You don't. Oh. That was the first time I ever pirated something.
You just went for it and you're just like, okay, I'll just take it then.
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever paid for Flash. Like, to this day. I don't know if
Same
that
here.
puts me in some sort of financial trouble or like legal liability situation.
No, I'll tell you this. I haven't fucking paid for anything. Except for my friend hooking me up with stuff, but he just got it for me for free, though.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, who's paying for this? I guess if you run a major company, there's probably that's where Adobe's money has to be. But
Well, like, along the line, someone's making money. That's all I gotta say. That's all they're
remake Flash, Adobe. Manga Studio is better at brushes than you.
What do you have to
They
say
made
for
a
Manga
new
Studio, though?
Manga Studio isn't as expensive. I have Clip Studio Paint. I gotta say, I love it.
I
I
think I was supposed to
love.
get those two softwares when I got the Wacom tablet.
Did you get the Wacom tablet?
Yeah, like, it gives you, like, a code. Like, when you buy the cheapest one they have, the stupid little sketch one, which I love.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about exactly.
They never gave me the option to get the fucking Clip Studio thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're supposed
That
to
sucks.
you're supposed to give me Clip Studio, you bastard. Instead, I got this other software called Art Rage Lite.
Oh man, they made a light version of Art Rage. I love Art Rage. But they went light on it, huh?
I don't know how the fuck would it be considered light.
I love Art Rage because Art Rage is the closest thing. It is their goal to be the closest thing to painting that you can possibly get, and I can't disagree. It's crazy close to painting, which makes it a pain in the ass to use.
For you, that is. It's like, I do some
Oh, I
crazy
love
shit.
Art Rage. Yeah, you can do major crazy shit in Art Rage. I stopped using it when the Surface came out because when my palm hit the touchscreen, it would fuck it up. And I called Microsoft, and they're like, "Yeah, it's not ready." I never call people. I look on the help forum. I just like to say call. But Microsoft basically admitted, yeah, well, not everyone's ready for the Surface yet, so unfortunately, you're just gonna have to take it up the ass for the remainder of when you own this.
Oh, thanks. That's something knowledgeable.
Thanks, Microsoft. Thank you. Right?
Like,
I can't stand that. When they make technology and there's no software for the hardware or vice versa.
mm,
This is why I have an iPad Pro. It's a very limited software market. There's like 3 good apps, but I use the 3 apps more than I've used anything on my PC.
Oh wait, well, want to test that theory out? I have this animation app on my phone. It's called Wait, where the fuck is it? I know I have it
Is
here.
it Desk Cloud? Is it Desk Cloud?
I don't know. No, Flip a Clip.
Oh, I hate
You hate Flip
Flip
a
a
Clip?
Clip. Somehow it managed to drop some drawings I put in there. And I was like, well, I'll never use that again.
Hmm. I don't mind using Flip a Clip on my phone. It's very, it's simple. It's really simple and it's really quick.
It is nice. I used to storyboard in Flipnote Studio.
Flipnote Studio. I think I tried using that. It
It
kept
was a
giving me like,
Nintendo DS.
oh right, that shit. I fucking loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was... I'm amazed at how good that is. To this day, I used to storyboard in it. I probably even still would if I had a 3DS.
Dude, I tried finding it on the 3DS. I could not. I
They
could
may
not.
have gotten rid of it.
I hate that. I fucking hate that. What
Dude,
was the name of it
that's
again?
soft
Like,
on me.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Flipnote Studio.
Flipnote Studio. That was the name of the drawing software, right?
Yeah, where what I loved about it is you could save them as little GIFs, and then you just import the GIFs into Flash. There you go, animation. Done.
That's what I always
God.
liked about 2D animation is that quickness. You have like one thing here, you draw some dude there, you do, and it just goes on to the next frame. The
Yep.
fastest fucking thing you could ever do.
Oh, man.
I ended up drawing a guy just running across with this like the ugliest stick figure you can imagine, but
Yeah.
somehow it looked good. It looked good running.
No, it's so fun to draw on it. Um, I remember the last time I used it too. My school was like, "You want to do health PSAs?" And I said, "Sure." And I got in Flipnote Studio, and I said, "Don't stick your finger in an electrical outlet." And then I just animated a little guy sticking his finger in an electrical outlet, and his head exploded. And I sent it to the school and said, "Here you go." And that and Adobe had a contest for young animators to get their shit promoted, I guess. And I did a frog cartoon where he was holding a sign that said "Sucky Sucky $5," and yeah, I didn't get that either. I squandered a few opportunities.
Oh wait, so you didn't make it, or you did make it, but you never got
I
a.
made the one that said "Sucky Sucky." I stand by that.
I don't think they chose it because of that reason. Oh my gosh. Brian, I will say this, as an individual who's interviewing you, you're really crazy.
I am a crazy person.
But
Was there
that's
any
what I
doubt?
love. Go ahead.
There's never any doubt I was crazy. I don't know why you're. I go on wacky adventures. I'm drawing a dude in little booty shorts right now. Not for work, just because.
I thought you said you
Actually,
didn't like that shit.
I'm not drawing his ass. I'm just drawing him in little shorty shorts. You gonna make this weird? I'm not Vim. It doesn't even matter if they wear booty shorts in one of Vim's things. He would find a way to make ass show. Like he would somehow recreate the Mona Lisa and find a way to insert an ass in it. Sure. I don't know what angle you'd have to get it at, but there would be an ass. So.
Oh, the amusement of that. The amusement of the booty.
And not to say he's not talented, but Tim Burton, man. All the trees are dead and everyone's Johnny Depp, and people still love him. You can be one note. It's okay.
Then
Drop
okay.
black man.
I have to check out the time and check out to see how much we have made it to. 1 hour and 5 minutes. This is usually the time I stop recording. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you, Brian, for having you here. Maybe, hopefully, next time we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the. Have a good one.